Should I take my car to get it fixed? When your car needs repair, the stressful part usually isn't the repair. It's choosing the right place to take it, especially when you don't know if the problem's minor, urgent, a sign of something bigger. And most people are trying to get the answer to the same question. Is it safe to keep driving? Am I paying for diagnosis or paying for a guess? Will this fix actually solve the problem, or will I be back again soon? How do I choose a shop I can trust long term? What you're really buying when you pay for auto repair is clarity, because it's not just parts and labor. You're paying for an outcome, and preferably a great outcome, but you're paying for clarity, proof, a plan, execution, confidence. And most bad, repair experiences happen when the first three are missing: clarity, proof, and a plan. That's when a repair visit turns into a guessing game. So your main options are people, where people take their cars to get fixed is, the dealership. Because bluntly, and this is where it gets really, really weird. I mean, if you're under warranty, go back to the dealer, beyond a shadow of a doubt. If you got a recall, go back to the dealer. Stuff like that. But at the same time, if the dealership was all of that and peanut butter too, then why does the automotive aftermarket exist? So if a dealership is a good dealership and the dealership's doing its job and it's doing its job properly, then it's a powerhouse, and it should be super successful, and it should be great at selling cars, great at servicing cars, great at fixing cars, great at maintaining cars, and they've got the right parts. Problem is that most dealerships don't like to work on cars past 10 years old. So about the time that you're really making money on your car, the dealership is going to choose not to work on it. So either the dealership learns, grows, and evolves and understands that it's the number one reason that the automotive aftermarket is in business is because dealerships are not doing their proper job. And they got to know that. So they lost the customers to the aftermarket. Otherwise, the aftermarket isn't even there. I mean, why would the aftermarket even exist if dealerships did a good job? So in my humble opinion, you're literally talking about a full service automotive repair shop, one-stop shop. And I don't really know that there's any such thing as a one-stop shop anymore. And there are, don't get me wrong, but there's specialty shops. There's tire-only shops. There's transmission-only shops, European-only shops, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, but just a normal, independent, full-service repair shop, they're best for mechanical and electrical repairs, ongoing maintenance, relationship-based service. But quality is going to vary widely, and the process that you're being subjected to is going to vary widely. So you really need to find a shop that's got your best interest at heart. And the shops that I do business with definitely truly have your best interest at heart, beyond a shadow of a doubt, because I mean that's the basic value that they stand for first. So I'm not trying to say, don't be and I do business with specialty shops and everything else. Don't get me wrong. But if you're going to be a specialty shop, same thing applies, truly having the customer's best interest at heart. Overall, a full-service automotive repair shop is by far the best place to be. Now, why is a transmission shop nowadays still a transmission shop without being a transmission shop that offers full service? So if you go to a specialty shop, a transmission shop that does transmission work, but they offer full service, well, that's a full service automotive repair shop. It's just saying that it's a transmission shop first, full service second, instead of, and even when I'm doing business with my, a tire shop, I want them to be an automotive repair store selling tires, not a tire shop doing automotive repair. You'd think that it's not that big of a distinction, but it truly is. And then you got quick lube, and that's the while you wait chains. You've got the mobile mechanics and all of the other stuff. But the biggest separator between automotive mechanics, automotive technicians, automotive repair shops is, diagnostics versus part swapping. And see, the dealerships, a bunch of them actually swap parts to check your diagnostics, and they've got the parts on hand so they can. So is that good or is that bad? There you go. So most wasted money in an automotive repair comes from one pattern: replacing parts based on symptoms instead of proving what failed. Problem is that the normal automotive repair customer doesn't want to pay to find out what's going on with their vehicle, and they think it should be done in such a short amount of time. It's not even funny. And even it's predominant even in our industry, where the front counter thinks that the mechanic should just pull a magic wand out of somewhere and be able to know what's going on wrong with the vehicle. It's got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, computers on board. It's got, miles of wiring on it. It's got connections all over the place. It's got sensors all over the place. It's getting hot. It's getting cold. It's vibrating down the road. It's hitting potholes and speed bumps and put under massive stress. We don't even think about it, but it should be super easy to diagnose, right? Well, ever have a problem with your heater or your air conditioner in your house and see what they go through to diagnose just that part of it? And that's just one small piece of a car, heater and air conditioning. Dude, on a house, it might even be the same thing. But in a car, it's definitely not the same thing. So when you start thinking about this stuff, your car is vibrating, it's making a noise, it's overheating, the check engine light is on, it's pulling, all of the different things that they do. And we want an automotive repair shop to just intuitively know what's wrong with it. Now, I'm going to tell you this flat out. So you walk into a doctor's office and you have a problem. And the doctor looks at you and says, all right, we're going to have to run some tests. So they run 4 tests. The tests come back negative, but you pay for the tests. So the doctor's like, okay, so we've eliminated that. So we need to run 4 more tests. They run 4 more tests. 3 come back negative. 1 comes back positive. And the doctor's all excited because they finally figured it out. You've paid for 7 tests. You're not getting your money back. Now the doctor says, all right, we need to write a prescription for you. So they write a prescription. You have an allergic reaction, a bad reaction to the medication. And the doctor's like, oh, no problem. And they write you a different prescription. So did you pay for the first prescription? Yeah. Did you get your money back? No. So this is what's the difference between a car? A human's only got one brain and one heart. A car's got multiple brains. It's got 20, 30, 40 computers called brains inside of it, and they all have to talk to each other. It would be like, you being Sybil and having 20, 30, 40 people inside your own brain, but the doctor's got to figure out who he's dealing with at that specific time. But yet we may not like that we have to pay the doctor for that process, but we pay the doctor. We might even complain, but we don't go to the doctor demanding our money back. Yet we have no problem trying to hold an automotive repair shop to that level, to that extent. Is that fair? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so even a little bit. So, the process that an automotive repair shop's got to go through to fix your car is so complex. It requires so much training, so much ongoing training. It literally defies logic. And think about it. We, the consumer, walk into an automotive repair shop and we think that they might be the dregs of society. No, they're kind of rocket scientists out in the shop. Maybe not at the front counter, but they have to be kind of rocket scientists on, explaining why and not just what. And they have to show evidence, and they have to educate you. They have to build a relationship with you. And then they have to make it important that you buy while you're whining about buying. And I'm not saying everybody whines about it, but 2 out of 10 customers are relatively easy to do business with. It's called the 80-20 rule. So 20% of an automotive repair shop's business money that they acquire comes from 20% of the clients. The other 80% are, to one degree or another, very difficult to deal with. And yet you expect the automotive repair professional to have a great attitude, and yet you're walking in, not all of you, you're walking in with a bad attitude. How does that work? I mean, shouldn't we be building a relationship with an automotive repair store? Shouldn't we find one that truly has your best interest at heart? But your responsibility is you got to pay them. Your responsibility is you've got to have a good attitude. Your responsibility is that you've got to know what's going on inside of it. You know, what happens is like, they pull a code and the code says it needs this sensor and they just replace it without checking to see if it's good or not. That's not good. I mean, that's not the way it's supposed to be. But if you don't want to pay for diagnostics, that's what you're going to get. So now there's a part on there that didn't fix it. Oh, well, you didn't want to pay for them to actually spend the time to truly diagnose whether that part was bad or not. So that makes them turn into a parts replacing person instead of an actual diagnostic person. This is about, really building a relationship. And think about it. When we're asking a question, where should I take my car to get it fixed? You should definitely take your car someplace where you're going to feel comfortable with that place and build a long-term relationship with that place and know that they're human beings and they're going to make mistakes. And instead of getting up on your high horse when the mistakes are made, allow them the opportunity to take care of it. Is it inconvenient when they make mistakes? Of course it is. But I don't know of too many doctors out there that don't require a bunch of tests that come back negative on an ongoing basis. And yet we still go back to them. Just saying. I mean, we really need to hold ourselves accountable more than we're holding the automotive repair store accountable. Stay safe, stay strong.